Alright, in this video, we are going to do a manual install Oracle 12c on Red Hat Linux 8. So Oracle recently, like a couple of weeks ago, early August, released Oracle 21c, and so we're gonna just to perform an install to see the differences, and just really not too much difference for the installation purpose. Okay, so let's get started. Let me go to the web. So here's the document we're gonna follow. The first step is to download Oracle software. So if you do a Google search, Oracle 12c download, you have the Oracle page. Website, you will see they have called RPM packages, also the zip. So we're gonna use this zip, the Linux, use a manual or install, okay. And once it's download, it's already on. I already downloaded, so it's on my download folder on my laptop. So we can transfer stage to the server. The step 2 is let's log on to our Linux box. So I'm going to log on to my Linux box. I'm going to log on as a root, okay, or a user with a sudo permission. The box name is, in my case, is RHEL8. So this is the box name. Let me log on to this box. Let's do okay, so what I have, okay, this is the document to follow. Oh, no, this is the old one, so I have a new one. And so I'm going to follow this document. All right, so let's go to step 3. Install the required package. This is also completed, okay? So let me just repeat. If it's already installed, then you will see everything is installed, so we don't have to do that, okay? See, it's everything's installed. I made it a couple of commands, not too long, so in this way we won't we can see more clearly instead of a very long line. Okay, I'm gonna continue to copy paste and make sure the package is being installed. If something missing later when you use the run installer, you might get a warning or something, So let's continue. So let me go back to this blue window that is our document. So the next step, we need to do some kernel change parameters. That is same as 19C. Before we do that, this is basically the etc sysctl conf, okay? So let's cat this file. I have to first define these variables, okay? So define this file, then do a cat dollar file. So this is the content of this file, okay? Right now it's basically empty, So give me a sec, let me disable my speaker. All right, so now we're gonna copy those commands. So just run and append those values to this file, okay? I just copy this and run from another window, okay? Let me just paste anyway. So, okay, so okay, finished. Let's take a look at let's cat this file to see. Okay, so the value it's there, right? So to make it permanent, we're gonna do a sysctl minus p. Sysctl minus p. So make it permanent. All right, so next step 4, we're going to create Oracle users in a group, okay? So to make easy, I basically, we don't need to create all the groups, we just maybe just the basic groups. So I'm going to create the 3 groups. O install, DBA, OPR, okay? You may want to also create this backup DBA and DGDBA as well. So it depends on your environment. So let's just copy like a few of them. Maybe should be here is good enough. Okay, I'll just cut this. So let me paste this file command. All right, so in the real world, this is probably done by your system administrator or something, okay? Now if you do an ID Oracle, you see the user is not there because we haven't created yet, okay? So now after the group created, we're gonna create this user ID, okay? So this is, the command is user add and the group names, okay? So let's see, we add 3 groups. O install, this is the primary group, and the DB group, and OPR group. So now the Oracle user is created. You see, if I do the ID Oracle, you will see this user, okay? So the user, the UID, user ID is this number. The group ID, this is called the primary group, and the other groups, okay? DB group, operator groups, and so on and so forth. So this is step 4, creating users and groups. So after that, and let's see, we need to make some directories, and also let those directory is going to be owned by the Oracle user. Okay, so the first command, make this directory, then change ownership and change permission. Okay, I'm going to copy this 3 command and paste on the lower window. Okay, so all right, so if you do go there to check the root file system, you see the U01 directory is owned by Oracle and the group O install group. Okay, so let's continue. Step 5, we need to make some change to the U limit for this user. They all prepare work. Okay, so basically this can be done by script. We don't have to like copy paste every time, so you can write use this script just run. So let's do it. All right, so let's take a quick look. Cat this file. Okay, limits conf. Okay, so those is we just added. That is for Oracle. Okay. And now we set a password for Oracle to log on. So the username is Oracle. So I'm going to set the password Oracle, okay? This is the same for simplicity, whatever you want to set. In real life, you probably, real world, you probably need to set a more complicated one, but not too complicated. For the OS, you can set pretty complicated password. Okay, now the database like this. Okay, so let's see. I don't need this because that was used for the CentOS or others. So let's create this user password. Okay, So we can log on the Oracle user later, okay? All right, password is set. So let's create the profile, okay? So we're gonna create a profile. So that is Oracle Home. We should also have Oracle Base to be determined, but let's just let's see. This is the sudo, so let's just run these two first, okay? And all right, so paste these two lines. That is Oracle's bash profile. Okay, so the next step is ask to log on as Oracle user. Here you can sudo to Oracle. So let's see. You can sudo or su to Oracle. Okay, but we are not going to do that. We're going to just log on through the SSH. Okay, because that is actually in the real world. You will log on this user to perform the install. Okay, so I'm gonna log on. All right, so there's nothing right now. Let's see the ID of the Oracle. That is the Oracle. Let's also take a look at the bash profile to see what is kernel we have. All right, so we exported Oracle Home. The path. I think we probably need to add more, but let's do it underscore. Let's see. I probably would like to export Oracle base. Okay, so Oracle base. It's going to be like this, I think. Right, Oracle base. U01 app, so you can change this instead of use this one. You can change use the variables like dollar Oracle base. Okay, like this. You can also change this one as well. So this one is going to be dollar Oracle Home, right? So it's going to be this one. Okay, so now we're almost ready to do the install. So first, before we go step 7, we need to upload this zip file from where you upload to the server side. Okay. So in my case, I have it's downloaded in my directory. It's download directory, cd download directory. So it's the next. Okay, so you see this is the zip file. So I'm gonna upload onto this server. So I'm gonna just use SCP Oracle and hostname RHEL. In my case, I'm downloaded to my home directory. Okay. So it's gonna take a few minutes. I'm gonna pause the video and until this finish. Okay. All right, let's continue. The upload is completed. Let me go back to the server side. So let me go back to log on with Oracle. All right, let's take a look at where the file is. So it's in the home directory. So let's cd to Oracle home, cd to Oracle. That is where the software is going to be installed. So that is here, U0 app, this location. Let's do a pwd. You see, this is the location. So then we're going to unzip this file. So we're going to use unzip. It is the command. So because right now it is in the user's home directory, so it's tilde slash the file name, then return. So now it's gonna unzip this the file. It take some time. Okay, so let's just pause and the video and come back. Okay, let's continue. The unzip is completed. Let's see what is inside this current folder directory. This is typically the standard Oracle home. So we're going to run the run installer, use the GUI. So for the first time, you can use response file, but we just for simplicity just use the GUI. It's more clear. So we will run this. In order to run this, I have to open a different window. So I have to have the X11 or X window. So the software I'm using is called a mobile Xterm. So let's do the same thing. So I'm going to SSH. The username is Oracle. The host name is my Red Hat box. All right. So this one, it has the forwarding. So it has the X11 forwarding. So that is I can use the X window. Let's do a test to see if it's this place. Okay. CD to Oracle home. Oracle home. pwd-ls. Let's do the run installer. Okay, it should start the Oracle. If not started, we have to take a look. Not sure it's not starting. What is this? Oh, it started. It just take time. Okay. All right, that is the nice GUI interface. Very nice, the Java GUI interface. Let's just wait. Maybe the box only have 3 gig is too short memory. That's take a little bit time. Okay. So the step one is, are you going to install the software and also create the starter database? No, I'm going to just install the software only. After that, we will use DBCA to create. Okay. Click next. And it's a single instance, not a rack. So next. We're going to install the enterprise edition because we will play in the future. Okay. Like data guard, active data guard, so on and so forth. Okay. So here's our Oracle base, U01 app, okay, and the software location, that is Oracle home. This is our inventory that is basically keep tracking what is being installed, those kind of things. This is our inventory group name. Earlier we created this group. Next. All right, so you see we have DBA group, opera group, operator, we also have the other group if you want, like our backup or data guard administrator, and so on and so forth. Okay, so here we are defaulted to the DB group. Okay, so let's go to next. So we're gonna run the config file use root because we know the root password. If you don't have, you can use sudo. For example, use sudo. Whatever user you have, use the sudo privilege. So go to next. Now the system is going to do the prerequisite check. You see, quickly pass. That means everything looks fine. Here, if you want to save a response file in the future for silent install, you can do so. Okay, let's save a response file and save. Okay, in Oracle home directory. Now it's ready to install. Okay, let's click install, and it takes a few minutes. Maybe depends on how fast your machine is. And you can click detail to see what it is doing. Okay, so I need just go ahead to pause the video and till this finish. Okay, and somewhere it's going to execute the root script. So I come back at the moment. All right, let's see. It says the configuration scripts generated by the installer needed to be run as the privileged user. In this case, it's root. So yeah, let's see. Yes. So it's 86%, 68%, 84%. It's almost there. Okay, successful. So let's close the installer and let's go back to the Oracle. So it's complete. Okay. So now let's see. The Oracle installation is successful. Okay. So let me exit this one. Let me go back to my old window. So let's do Control C. All right. So I'm gonna exit session, re-logging. So Oracle. So if I do a SQL plus has no log. Okay, you see SQL plus is 21. All right, seems the install was successful. Also, you can go to Oracle Home, do some inventory, I think. Let's see if you go to the where patch, okay? If we go to O patch and do the O patch LS inventory, so you will see what is installed right now, the LS inventory. Let's see. Okay, you see here it says let me use more to take a look. Okay, said Oracle Home central inventory. This is the already installed dot location. So this is all system files, log file, the things. Okay, so no interim patches installed yet. So this is the like GA version. If you go to cat etc or install.log, this is basically the inventory location and install group. So the inventory location was U01 our inventory. Okay, if you do U01, so basics is inventory, app directory. On the app is going to be Oracle, Oracle and the dialog and so on and so forth. Okay. Also another one, our tab. So right now our tab is no database, so we haven't created yet. So it's about 25 minutes. It's pretty quick. So next video is going to use dbc to create a database. All right, so I'm gonna end here.